Welcome to the Women Who Hunt podcast, a space where we share real stories from the field, celebrate women in the outdoors, and inspire the next generation of hunters. From first-time adventures to lifelong pursuits, this is where passion and community meet. The Women Who Hunt podcast is proudly supported by Gun Traders Australia, Australia's trusted marketplace for hunters and shooters. Visit guntraders.com.au and be part of the community. And when it comes to protecting the outdoor lifestyle we all share, the Australian Recreation Union is the united voice for everyday Aussies who love shooting, fishing, four-wheel driving, camping, riding and fossicking. As access is chipped away by lockouts and over-regulation, the ARU stands up to protect land access, defend our rights and ensure these traditions continue for the next generation. Join the movement at australianrecreationunion.com. This isn't just another club, it's the line in the sand. Now, let's get into today's episode. Welcome to the Women Who Hunt podcast. Today's conversation is about people. Not politics, not headlines, and certainly not sound bites. It's about family, legacy, and lived experience. It's about growing up around hunting and shooting. I'm joined today by Mel from HVTM Outdoors, a woman who's grown up around hunting and shooting and who's continued to play an active role in a long-standing family business within the industry. I'm also joined by her sister Alyssa, a young hunter who's grown up in the world and is now finding her own place within it. Together, they bring two perspectives shaped by family, experience, and shared connection to this community. We talk about where their passion began, the experiences that stay with them, what keeps them connected to the industry, and what they love most about the hunting and shooting community. We also touch on what it's like to be a woman in this space. At its heart, this episode is about humanising our lifestyle, about slowing things down, listening properly, and giving space for stories to be told the way they're meant to be told, in the voices of the people living them. Thank you both for being here and for trusting this space. How are you, ladies?
Good. Thank you for having us.
So, Mel, Alyssa, HVTM Outdoors, hey?
Yeah, that's us.
Mum and Dad's little business that is just kind of growing like crazy every day, and we're the mad two faces at the front of it every day.
I love it. So can you tell us about your journey? Like how did your life in the shooting and hunting world begin? What's your earliest memory of being part of the shooting and hunting community?
Well, Alyssa and I have two slightly different upbringings. I'm quite a lot older than Alyssa. I was 16 when she was born, so there's quite an age gap. I grew up essentially in a gun club. So our dad was secretary of the gun club on the Central Coast, and I spent probably 3 days a week there. So from when I was about 4 years old up, essentially learned to walk and talk in a club. They were our family. It was amazing. When I turned 12, juniors permit, and started competing there myself. We had great fun. Our older brother Ken, he was always very competitive with both clay target and rifle. And then when I turned 12, Dad and I, every Thursday night, we would go down and do pistol together. And then I got onto the rifle side of things, whereas I've never really played the clay target game. I got bit once by it and decided I wasn't going back. It hurt too much. It's funny, we get a lot of customers coming now when they want to start their tooling off on clays and want to start with a lighter load in their 12 gauge and their 410.
Oh.
Like, mate, we didn't get that choice.
No, there is no lighter load. 7.5s have enough kick already.
Suck it up and get in there. So we didn't have that option. We did not get that. But then as we grew up, we moved up to the Hunter Valley. Alyssa came along and graced us all with her presence.
Best present we've ever had, just putting it out there.
Yeah, totally.
God's gift.
And then Mum and Dad already owned a shop on the Central Coast, but the main focus there was tractors, mowers. It was more farming machinery. with a very
Yeah,
small
okay.
component around ammunition sales and things like that. And then when we moved up here to the Hunter Valley in Cessnock, our parents very much saw that there was a need for it. There was no gunsmith in town here locally. There was, no set store. There was a few little ones here and there, but there was nothing major. So they combined the firearm side of the business with an outdoor power equipment side. So we also, we sell lawnmowers and chainsaws and brush cutters and all that other madness.
How cool's that?
Yeah, so we do everything.
We're your one-stop shop. We just need groceries, and then you'll never need to go anywhere else.
Get everything from us.
Start stocking milk and bread next week, and you're done.
Yeah, no, literally.
We'll be so sweet. But so I started working in our parents' shop only about 5 years ago now. I was managing a daycare centre in town. I did not think that this would be a career. It wasn't like I've always shot, but it was never an interest to become a firearms dealer. But then our dad had an accident a few years ago that resulted in him needing a chauffeur. He come off his horse and
my horse. He rode the wrong horse.
Yeah, chose to ride a He did a good one, punctured a lung,
fractured 6 ribs,
6 ribs in 11
fractured
places.
his scapula, had a brain bleed. He did a really good job. Really good job.
Yeah. So he didn't muck around. He did it properly.
No. We don't half-ass shit.
And that's the thing with our dad. He's going to hurt himself. He'll do a good job. He did an artery one year. He walked through my door and did a good job of that. So that's how our dad rolls.
Wow.
But anyway,
okay.
I left my job and started chauffeuring him around to do his deliveries when he got back on his feet a couple of weeks later, and I just never left.
How cool is that?
Yeah,
so,
bit of
childcare.
Yeah.
Bit different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, though, the same customer base.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of my parents from childcare, they now come in here to see me to buy their guns and their bullets. So
that's so good.
We have good chats about where their children are up to in life, and some of my children that I had over the years are now starting to come in as juniors, and it's fun to see.
That's amazing. I was just going to say that you'd almost be part of their whole life story. Like you would have been looking after them as they were brand new, and now you're introducing them as junior shooters in whatever discipline they want to be part of. How cool is that?
Yeah. It's full circle, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's so good. And what about you, Alyssa? Like, how did your journey begin, mate?
Oh, mine's not. I don't think mine's going to be
as
in depth as what Mel's is. I mean, mine was like, growing up, obviously having a whole family whose life revolves around, shooting firearms, hunting, target shooting. Like our dad is very, very good at clay target shooting. As much as he hates to admit it, he is. And like growing up around that, I don't really know any different. So the day that I turned 12. Dad had the juniors paperwork filled out, I reckon, at least a month before, waited for me to turn 12, got me to sign it, sent it off. I had it straight away. And I had, on my juniors permit, I had categories A, B, C, and H. So I had more categories on my license than what Dad did, which he thought was hilarious. Yeah. I've been pistol shooting since I was 12. I've been target shooting since I was 12. A really fond memory of mine, actually, was when I was like real little, we went away, I think Bathurst or something. And one of our brothers, who is also a really big hunter as well, who lives up in Queensland on a station, I think at the time he was probably a
junior as well.
He was junior, maybe 16, 15, 16. Anyways, they went out deer shooting. He shot a deer, came back, me being, a very impressionable, probably 6-year-old, saw, a deceased deer in the back of the ute, started bawling my eyes out because he tells me, I've just killed Bambi.
Oh,
and I think that memory, that memory in my brain has just stayed with me the whole time. But so, every Saturday after work, because I would come and work here with Dad on Saturdays, to earn a little bit of pocket money growing up.
Yep.
We would go over to the pistol club and we would shoot every Saturday. And I think, that's such a fun thing to do because not many kids, my age or that I went to school with or anyone that I know got to do that sort of thing. So it was pretty cool that I got to grow up doing that sort of stuff. And even better, like half the, the older blokes that went to our pistol club, because it was a little bit of I think it was a different pistol club to what,
different club.
Yeah, to what Mel did when she was growing up. But a lot of the blokes there were retired police officers or current police officers that are, still serving or whatever they call it.
So surrounded by mentors.
Oh, yeah. But I could shoot
Wow.
better as a 12-year-old than half of them could, which was
and
quite
I've heard
funny.
the story, apparently, allegedly, it's because us girls take our time and really think about it.
Yep.
And we're a little more controlled in our breathing and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's because our frontal lobe's a little bit more developed.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think about the patience that women have to have.
Oh,
constant patience.
Constant patience.
And we take that into effect with our shooting. My husband gets up, if I like to rush my shooting. I like
me too.
To just have fun. And my husband will get up and he's like, "Where's your breathing?"
Yeah.
So I'll slow it down, I'll breeze it, I'll hit the center, and then he'll just crack it.
Because he can't hit the center.
No, he can't. We're very competitive.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Women Who Hunt podcast, proudly supported by Brackenwear, Australian-made hunting apparel for real hunters who live and breathe the outdoors. You've probably seen me wearing my Brackenwear gear. It's tough, breathable, and built for Aussie conditions. Right now you can grab 15% off your next order at brackenwear.com.au. Just use the code GTA15 at checkout. Brackenwear, the endless pursuit. All right, let's get back to the show.
But yeah, so like doing that sort of stuff growing up I think we did that until between that, because I was also very big on my dancing growing up as well. So I didn't, have a whole lot of time to, do both. But we always made sure I at least got, a couple of Saturdays in a month down at the pistol club when I wasn't competing or training or whatever. But yeah, then another little boy actually came and joined up at the pistol club when he turned 12. So it was good to have another sort of young person there as well. Would have been better if it was a girl, but I can only get what I'm given.
You'll do,
but
I guess.
That's all right. Yeah. But yeah, so then obviously getting to high school, I sort of wasn't, honestly, I was not focused on shooting at all. I was very much focused on school, figuring out what I wanted to do with my life. And then once I left school, because I left school quite early, I left school 16, yeah. I got a full-time job out in a winery, actually. Did a traineeship through a winery, getting my Cert 3 in hospitality. Yeah, which was a really, really great experience. You do learn a lot working in that industry, I'll tell you that for sure.
I wouldn't even want to guess.
Funny, Mel's done it too. She did it for 10 years, so we both know exactly what it's like. But it was quite funny to me because a lot of the blokes that I worked with that worked down in the cellar, like in the winery making the wine, were actually customers of Dad's, and they also have their licenses. Wow. So yeah, I suppose talking to them, it's a very small world. And then funny enough, a lot of our customers who would come in, we'd get chatting while I'm doing a wine tasting or something for them, and somehow they know the shop or they've been in the shop. Doesn't matter if, well, not so much the people from coming down from Sydney, more like local people. But yeah, somehow we would make the connection of, the shop and who Dad is, and we'd get chatting about that. And then I left there, I think 2024, early 2024. Then I actually started a job in an office at a car dealership, which I absolutely hated. I was so bored out of my brain. It was very short-lived. I think about 4 months that lasted. And then
what a better way to find out what you don't want.
Oh, no, can't do it. Can't sit at a desk for 8 hours a day. Can't do it.
Not built for that.
But
Get me out of here.
No, God, no.
She comes to us after that.
Yeah, I said to Mum and Dad, I was like, well, no, because I said, oh, come, work with you for a bit while I figure out what else I'm going to do. That was what, 2.5 years ago?
Yeah, you never left.
Yeah, I haven't left. I started doing 3 days a week and then went up, and then now I'm, full-time. And now, like, ever since I've started working back at the shop, I've gotten so much more into my shooting. Like every afternoon when I get home after work, I'll take the 22 out, I'll go find some rabbits or set up a target or get the 223 out and, sight the scope in, even though I've already done it 3 times, or just find some sort of excuse just to make sure. I've got to make sure it's perfect.
Yeah.
just find some sort of excuse, because it honestly, stress relief is insane.
Yeah.
With this sport, it's amazing how good it feels.
Right, unpack that stress relief, because there's going to be people that are going to be like, how is shooting a gun stress relief? So talk me through that.
Well, like Mel said before, that there's so much that goes into shooting a gun. It's not just sitting there looking through a scope pulling a trigger. You've got to focus on your breathing so that you're calm. You can aim where you want to aim, and then once you've got your breaths right, then you pull the trigger, so you're making sure you're hitting the spot that you want to hit. Especially when you're hunting, like if you're hunting an animal, like you don't just want to shoot them anywhere. You want to shoot an animal where it is going to put them down first shot.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, you do it humane, so you don't have to finish them off. You don't want them suffering. So for me, target shooting is good because it helps me with my breathing. And there's so much stress in the world, especially at the moment. Like I find it, because it is my time. I go out in the middle of the paddock by myself and just lay a picnic mat down on the ground. I have a target set up on a tree and just shoot at it, because, we are blessed enough to have property, so I can go home and do that. Not a lot of people are blessed enough to do that. But yeah, to me, that is like, a lot of people, will, I don't know, read books, meditate. I don't know what normal people do to relieve stress, but I've never had a normal life growing up. So, but that's what I do.
I just figured that's what normal people did, was that for stress relief. I figured that was normal.
I don't know any other way.
Honestly, maybe a glass of wine. I don't.
Obviously not together.
Not together, but maybe obviously separately. But yeah, that's just how I've known though. So to a lot of people, like a lot of my friends growing up, when I would tell them, my when people ask me, oh, like, what do your parents do for work? I said, I usually just start with, they own an outdoor power equipment shop, because it's easier to explain than, my parents own a gun shop. It's a bit how you're going with some people, and then they'll be like, oh, what do you mean? I'm like, well, they sell mowers, chainsaws, but then we also sell guns. And some people will look at me a bit funny, but then others will be like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. Yeah. Especially like a lot of my partner's friends, who are obviously majority males, during footy season, they love to come and talk to me about what guns they've got. I'll find myself in the middle of the pub on a Saturday night at around 11 o'clock having conversations about guns. I honestly wouldn't ask for anything else in the world, because it is obviously something that Mel and I are so both passionate about. So I'll happily sit there and talk about it for hours upon hours.
I'd ask for bedtime at 11 o'clock.
No, I'm young, so I enjoy going out to the pub on a Saturday night.
Enjoy it while you can, because age creeps up on you quick before you even know it, mate.
It's definitely starting to, I'll tell you that much. The hangovers are getting worse. I actually get headaches now.
Hair creeping into
I know. Through the red hair. It's stressful life out here, guys.
Oh, 20, you poor old thing.
I know. How does she survive? Heavens forbid.
So talk to me about some of your favourite memories, like some of the stuff that you guys reminisce about when it's the whole family together having a special occasion, or what are some of those core memories that you guys fall back on and love to share and reshare, and when you're trying to introduce someone into the hobby, what's some of the stuff that you kind of launch with as a this is what the lifestyle's actually like?
So when we all get together, our family, there are 5 siblings. It's
a
loud.
Big family.
It is very loud.
It's a big family.
And there are 4 grandkids amongst that mix as well. And
plus partners, because we all have partners.
Too. So they're big and they're loud. And we argue, like everyone. In the
Things get heated pretty quickly.
Things get heated, and we have the most loving heated debates. But it's funny. I like to listen to my dad retell different stories.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
He, I don't know. He just has a way of. The stories extend every time.
Definitely. Like we have this one story with Mel's husband over Christmas. We don't bring partners to Christmas because Dad's story, they exaggerate and they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
My dad stabbed my husband.
By accident, he says, with a steak knife because he was tucking his chair and it wasn't nothing bad.
But it's just become this ongoing joke now, and our customers love it.
Oh, they love it. And my boyfriend Cooper shoots himself anytime he has to sit next to Dad at a dinner table, especially if there's steak involved.
Yeah, just out of fear that he's next.
Yeah.
So Dad's pretty much done his job then, right? Because the boys toe the line.
Yeah.
Well, see, with my husband, we have been best friends since we were 12, and we started dating at 21.
Okay.
And we were sitting around the table, and Dad went to give him, the talk, and it resulted in the fingers slapping down on the table, and, you need to listen here and listen to me now. You don't take any of her shit, okay? You put it back in her place.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's not where that's not the talk I was expecting.
No, we didn't expect that at all. I was like, what about his shit?
I was going to say Cooper got a pretty similar one, but all I'm going to say is we are our father's daughters.
Yeah.
So it's ultimately his fault.
It is. Absolutely it is. Absolutely. We are the way we are because of him. That's what I'm going to say. And he doesn't like it when we gang up on him either. He hates that.
And because Alyssa's in the shop now just every day, there is a lot of ganging up on him.
Oh, yeah.
And he hates it.
So funny, though. We love poking the bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
But I reckon he'd give it as good as he takes it, though, yeah?
Oh,
yeah, he's slowing down now. Dad's, 63?
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks.
Mind you, I got my hair done a couple of months ago, and I went from blonde back to my natural colour, but a little bit darker, and he looks at me and goes, oh, you look like a bit of a bitch now, I'm not going to lie. I said, oh,
so
thanks.
mean.
Thanks, Dad. You couldn't have just said, oh, it looks nice. Like, you couldn't just lie. You don't have to tell the truth all the time. God love him.
He's where we get our savage and brutal from.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned before, Alyssa, hunting rabbits in your backyard. So that's on my bucket list. I haven't had the opportunity to hunt rabbits yet. So talk me through your rabbit hunts.
Well, when you say backyard, I mean like 40 acres at one property, and then the other property is 300. So there's plenty of backyard to hunt.
Yep.
But it depends. So, like, because I have, I'm so lucky to have two different properties with mum and dad's, and then also my partner's families, which, they so welcomely let me go and shoot rabbits and foxes and stuff on. So, but it depends. Like mum and dad's, I could walk around, I reckon, for 3-4 hours and not find a single thing and get absolutely pissed off. And then just throw my hands and walk back to the house and go to bed, where some nights I'll see hundreds of them and, I'll get 2 or 3 and, but it's not a quick process. Like you're out there for a while sitting, waiting, and I've worked out a few of the pretty good spots that they like to go and, sit and burrow, I should say. And then, so we've got Cooper's family lives over in Gresford, so they've got, I think, just under 300 acres out there. So, like, Cooper and I, we love to do things together. So he's also a licensed shooter, which all his family is too, which is so great. But yeah, like we'll jump in the car on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, whenever, and we'll drive around the property because, we've both got lovely big spotlights on our car, so we can find pretty much anything, which is good. And, I'll sit in the passenger seat and I'll be like, stop, rabbit, stop. I'll get out, shoot it with my 22 that Dad's given me. That was his dad's once, so it's a nice little family heirloom that I get to shoot with.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And what sort is
really,
it?
really good. It's a Sterling Model 12, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of the original ones, which has like a bar almost on top of the barrel, like a rail, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
So just jump out, shoot some rabbits. The other night, gosh, we were out, I reckon, for 4 hours. And out of that 4 hours, I got 3 rabbits and we chased a fox around for an hour and a half because this bloody little thing, he was smart, this one. He'd jump in the creek and then he'd run up right near the neighbour's house, and obviously we're smart enough not to shoot towards someone's house, so there's nothing we could do, so we had to just keep following. I'm sitting there with the fox whistle trying to call him in, and nah, he didn't want a bar of it.
He knew he's safe.
He knew he was safe if he ran up there, so we just
so smart.
but he keeps terrorising our dogs, so got to try and figure out something, but he didn't want a bar of it that night.
So nice.
Yeah, very, very nasty. And he just sat there and looked at me like, you can't catch me. You can't catch me.
And what about you, Mel? What do you, when you go out, what do you target?
Oh, look, it really depends on the day and what's available. To be honest, I don't get out near hunting as much as what I would like to anymore. Before I had the kids, we, my husband and I, we would go out to Marywar to a friend's property, and we go shooting out there, and it was basically anything that was feral, within reason. I will admit I have never ever been on a pig shoot.
No, me neither.
I
got my R license just so I could, have property that I could, public land, to go and find a pig. I don't care how many pigs, just one. Yep. But I've had my R license for 12 months and I just have not had time to do it. And I'm so annoyed with myself. But all I want to do is I want to shoot a pig, and I want to shoot a trophy deer and get it taxidermied and put it in my house.
And then we've got customers coming in and they're showing us all these pig shoots and that they've been on. I'm like, I'm so jealous. I'm too busy behind the counter selling you your pig.
Yeah.
Do that we don't get time to go and do that. Because by the time I get home, I'm like, I just need a break from guns for 5 minutes. Yeah.
Well, I want to
they're telling you all their stories, and you're like, I wish I had energy for that.
Yeah,
I wish I had, like, both mum and dad's, for me anyways, both mum and dad's and my partner's family's property are so lucky that we do not have a feral pig problem.
Yeah.
So I don't shoot pigs there, and I don't have access to any other properties to go and shoot pigs. So if there is anyone out there that'll let me go and shoot pigs on their property, you can just one. You can reach me at 4991577 at HVTM Outdoors in Cessnock. Please and thank you.
We'll bring food. We'll bring cake.
We'll bring cake. Mel was also a pastry chef once upon a time, so we'll bring snacks.
Love it.
I'm really good at making a charcuterie board too, so if you want one of those, I'll make it. But please, I just want to shoot a pig and a deer.
We go down to Severn quite a bit because we do the R license as well.
Yeah.
And we saw, every time we've been there, we've seen pigs, because we kind of do a little bit of a loop around, and every single time we go through for like the first recce just to see what's going on, we will see a mob of pigs. And do you reckon I can move my butt quick enough to get out of the car and to get myself organised?
Yeah,
and
grab
it's like,
the gun,
are you
load
kidding?
your magazine.
Far out, just one day I'm going to be able to, and they like, and then they disappear. I don't know. It's like they vanish through a portal. I'm like, where on earth did you go?
I have a story for you.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Yeah.
Go.
April last year, Easter long weekend, I drove 12 and a half hours to Roma, Queensland, to where my brother lives, who goes pigging every night.
Yep.
I saw one pig the whole 4 days I was there, and it was dead on the side of the road.
No way.
Yep.
Oh, man.
We drove around in a
rough.
buggy all night.
And she bragged for weeks, I'm going to shoot a pig.
Yep.
It's going to be amazing.
And Karma came and slapped me in the face.
But nothing.
We go out to a property. We go out to a property that his property, he's got like 3,000 acres, and we go out there for deer, and he has pigs there, and the neighbouring property is like a feedlot, so they're like grain-fed pigs that then come and eat his grass. And so when we went out there the first time, we were invited to go have dinner with him, and he's served us up chittle deer, so wild venison and wild boar, and I'm like, oh. And I looked at Glenn, and he goes, no, and then told us a story of where the pigs mainly eat and all that sort of stuff, and there's no 1080 and blah blah blah. Oh my God, I can't eat pork that is not wild anymore.
It's a different taste, isn't it? It's
incredible.
It's so much stronger and gamier. I love wild pig. My husband, I shouldn't say we, because again, I've never got to shoot a pig. He did one, it's gone back many years ago now, and holy moly, she was just delicious.
Yep.
So it was something else. And I would I actually can't eat pork. I'm allergic to it. But it's kind of one of those. No. It's worth,
it's worth the pain in the gut.
I know I'm going to suffer, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, doing it anyway. Worth it. And my 9-year-old is obsessed with bacon, but he's never got to try any from a wild pig. So I would love to let him have
Yeah, I've never had it either, but I've tried. I've tried rabbit. Like I've had freshly shot and cooked rabbit in a stew. Yeah, in a stew. Yeah. And then I think maybe some venison as well.
Yeah, venison.
But yeah, other than that, I haven't had, the experience yet. I'm still
a baby.
I'm just patiently waiting for.
Do it before you have kids. That's my excuse, at least.
No kids.
We're pretty blessed. Most of our protein comes from something that we've dropped in a field. So our chest freezer's full of. I
wish I could live life like that.
It is incredible. We've only been able to do it for the last year, but it spoils you. Hey, like when you have to. The only thing we buy from a butcher is chicken, and so we've got wild. So we have pork. We have goat and we have venison in our freezer, and that's pretty much our staples other than the chicken that we buy from the butcher. And my son has his mates around because we have a smoker as well, so we're smoking sausages and we're doing all sorts of stuff, and one of his best mates will walk in the door, "G'day, Carly, how's it going? Is there anything in the fridge for me?" Kid hadn't even got his shoes off, and he's like, "Oh, is there smoked something in the fridge?
What's cooking? Cooking? Is there any snacks? I need a sandwich. I'm hungry."
How old is your son?
16.
I was going to say, you're going to become known for the next 10 years as he brings all of his mates home. What have you got for him?
Yeah, they all do.
That's what they'll know you as. And there'll be no escaping that. But I think that's a really nice way to be known with his mates. Known as the mum that will feed them all and home them and love them rather than, the horrible mother.
Mm.
Well, and they know they've got one rule in their house, and that is treat it like it's your own. Yep. And have a ball. So I'm really lucky. All of his mates are really respectful young men. Haven't struck a terrible one yet. He always says, "Oh, Mum, as if I'd pick rubbish friends." But yeah, pretty blessed with the blokes that he knocks around with, and they've been friends since they were 12, and they're pretty solid kids. And I do like to have food in the fridge for them, but I tell you what, they're a little bit harder to fill at 16 than they were when they were 12. They've got
bigger tummy. There's got a hole. They've actually got a hole in the pit of their stomach that's just Any of his friends shooters as well? Are they sort of the same as us, or
no? So
normal people, I should say.
His best mate, they moved up from central New South Wales, and his dad was a shooter, but he hadn't got his license or anything like that, and it's always been a gunner, because Ethan got his license pretty much the day he was allowed to get his license was the day that we applied, because
same as us.
Because he was just back, because we lived on property out at Canungra, which is hinterland Gold Coast. So he'd kind of grown up around Glenn's firearms and pest management and all that sort of stuff on our own property. And then we moved into the city for his schooling. So he'd kind of always grown up around the firearms and stuff. And, I think it was at about 10 that he was like, "Do you reckon I can get my license yet?" And we were like, "No, mate.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Couple more years."
My oldest is chomping my youngest couldn't care, but the oldest, he wants it so bad. But he's only 9, so he's got a few more years before.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and Ethan's got himself. So I've only shot goat. Yeah, I've only shot goats so far, but Ethan, little bugger, he's got a deer under his belt and he's got a pig under his belt, and I'm like, mate, and goat as well. So, but yeah, little bugger, but not this.
Yeah.
Not this year.
Good.
I'm going out for the rut and I'm getting myself a deer so that he can't show me up anymore.
Me too. I'm getting my pig that I want. I'm getting my trophy deer so I can taxidermy and put in my house. Maybe a nice big mountain goat that I can taxidermy and put it in my house.
Oh my God, the house you don't own yet.
Yeah, the house I don't own yet, but I will one day.
Details.
That's problems for later. Right now, I don't care. I just want me pig and my deer.
Yeah, so good. But yeah, so he's kind of grown up around it. We go out with another mate of ours, and his son's the same age as Ethan. So they've kind of formed a bit of a friendship, which is really good, because then he's got his school friends that he knocks around with. And then he's also got Angus, but Angus is a bow hunter. He's a rifle hunter and a bow hunter. So this kid is next level. Like, he is like stealth on steroids. It's amazing to watch this guy. And he's 16, and I'm like, I can't imagine what you're going to be like when you properly grow up.
I can tell you exactly what it'll be like. You'll be like my husband. So my husband and I, we met through archery when we were 12.
Oh, right. Okay.
I did it just to hang out with him, to be honest. I had no endeavours to compete whatsoever.
Yep.
But then when we moved up to the Hunter Valley, I had no choice but to join the the Hunter Academy of Sport. So that way Tom and I could still see each other. And anyway, he went on to get to world champion status.
Oh, wow.
And he just has a crack shot of an eye. And once he hit that world champion status, he then was like, all right, now what next?
He found guns.
Yeah.
He realised that he doesn't have to chase his arrows anymore.
To the dark side of the world.
Yeah, you don't have to look for that $30 thing that's hiding in the grass anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know it's sad because in archery, when you break your arrow or someone Robin Hoods it and shoots it up the butt, you get sad.
Yeah.
You don't do that. I'm sorry, but in shooting, if we, shoot another, say, straight through the same bullet hole, we're very happy with that. It's a very accurate
That's right.
Yeah, good job.
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations.
We celebrate that.
You're really good.
Yeah. So talk to me about the industry. All right, I'm just going to open it up. The things that keep you in the industry. Let's talk about the shop. Let's talk about the world that your mum and dad have kind of raised you in. What keeps you in the industry? What keeps you loving this stuff?
Probably the people.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
The people who come through the front door of the shop every single day, everyone has such a unique story. Everyone's at different skill levels as well of where they are in this sport. Some people are starting out and we're just doing their licensing for them. And those people who are starting out, we get to hold their hands and help them the whole way through to purchasing their first firearm. And then they come back in and, they show us a photo of their first kill.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool is that?
The range. Yeah, and it's just so cool to know that they've done all of that on our recommendations. And it's really lovely to see.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm just going to flip this for a minute. How cool for a customer for you guys to be going, I love that I'm part of that. Like, how cool that they get a store that's actually
growing experience,
invested in how your customers go, and like that's customer service. You kind of that's old fashioned kind of
And like our customers, we do become friends with a lot of them.
Like Rachel, for example.
Yeah, Rachel, we met her through the shop, and
that's one there that, for example, like Rachel, like she said in her episode, she came in here, spoke to Dad about what should she get, this sort of thing. She bought that gun, she came and picked it up, she went out, she went hunting, and then within a week she was back here telling us all the things she did. Like, we've just created such great relationships with a lot of our customers, both men and women, you know, that they feel comfortable to come in here and have a chat for 45 minutes and then leave. Like,
but you know what else is great? Like, just thinking with Rachel, she didn't tell us she was a lefty.
No,
before she started.
she didn't.
We've had adult shooters who have come in, and you know, you think about a lot of 60-year-old shooters. I have a great example where there was only right-handed rifles available. So if you were left-eye dominant, too bad, so sad, shoot a lever action, or just deal with it being the wrong way around. And I had a customer come in one day, and I watched him hold a gun, and I could see he wasn't comfortable. So I did an eye dominance test on him, went upstairs and got a left-handed lithgo out for him, and just the comfort that, you know, instantly across his body, he was able to shoulder it so much better. He could cycle it with his left hand, and you could just see the comfort. And he purchased that gun. He went away. He come back and just said that for the first time in his life, he can comfortably shoot now. You know, like
wow.
nobody had ever taken that time with him. So it's really nice to see that. You know what I mean? Just by watching your customers and having conversations with them, you can change their entire shooting experience.
Just because you paid attention.
Crazy.
100%. And I think that's the benefit you get from little dealers. Like, I don't have a problem with any big dealer, don't get me wrong. Love them all. We work very closely with them. But I think by going to these small little family-owned dealerships, you know, there's a little
bit more of a personal experience that's more tailored and shaped to you, rather than, you know, say, for example, you go to Woolies and, you know, you buy all your groceries and you leave. Where if you were to go to like a small little grocer on the corner of the road, you have a little bit more of that personal, you know, connection with those people, because, you know, it's not a big multi-million-dollar company where, you know, we are that small family-run business that, you know, we're there to help everybody with anything, no matter how little, how big, how stupid the question, whatever. We are there to help, and we will not judge you for it. Out loud, of course.
And
Thanks for listening to the Women Who Hunt podcast, proudly supported by Nature's Perks, the ultimate outdoor adventure hub. Nature's Perks helped us take our hunting to the next level, and they can do the same for you, helping you grow your skills and confidence in the great outdoors. Become a member today at naturesperks.com.au and unlock exclusive benefits, fortnightly prize draws, guided hunts, fishing charters, and special discounts. Nature's Perks, where the wild side of life rewards you. All right, let's get back to the show.
And that's such a great attitude to have for your customers, and I guess that's why you guys are so successful. And when we were down in Maitland doing the Arms Fair YouTube video, like, it took me forever to be able to get in front of your dad, to get him in front of the camera.
You were lucky to get hold of him.
You should see him in the shop.
Just busy
if you
the
get
whole
him talking,
time.
you won't. Yeah. If you get Dad talking at work, you won't get him to shut up. Like, he could just yap for hours on end.
Yep.
Especially you go to Bunnings with him, and then he'll see someone who comes into the shop will see him and be like, "Oh, hey Mark, how are you going?" I went to Sydney Tools over the 2-week holiday that we had, and I saw I think 3 customers of ours that all said g'day to me, and I was just like, that's crazy. That's cool. Crazy.
You know what I do love, though? A lot of our customers are starting to go, hey, Melinda and Alyssa, not Mark's daughter.
Yeah, we're not Mark's daughter.
We become our own people almost.
No, we're Melissa.
Sorry, Melissa. Together we are Melissa.
Together we are Melissa.
So just talking on that, saying like you've become your own people sort of thing, can we talk about what it's like to be a woman in the industry?
Oh, it's hard.
Oh, it's very hard. You learn a lot about what's the word I want here? Is it misogynistic? Is that the word? Or is that something?
That's a word.
That's a word? Like, you get a lot of sexist old men is the most blunt way to put it. We get, and Mel and I experience every day, and our mum experienced it when she worked in the shop. She now works from home, so we're in the shop. But, you know, we get the older blokes that come in, don't want to talk to you.
I want to talk to Mark.
Where's Mark?
I'll wait for Mark.
Yeah.
Well, you can wait for hours then. And then Dad, he loves it when people do it because it's usually only something super, super, super simple.
Yeah,
and
where's
Dad,
an oil filter?
yeah, and Dad will turn around to Mel or I and go, "Oh, can you know what he's talking about? Can you just go grab it?" And he'll rub it in their face that, they can also do that. Or, Mel and I will,
what I
if
love
someone
is when
says,
we're at the what I love when we're at the arms fair, because my dad, who's 84, he comes and hangs out at the arms fairs with us, and it's exactly what you're saying. Like, the old boys gravitate towards my dad.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't
Towards
have a
the men.
firearms license. He
Yep.
doesn't. He's not a shooter. He's not into it. He comes to the arms fairs to hang out with us. And to maybe find a little bit of a trinket here or there to put on his tool. And there'll be these old boys that gravitate towards my dad. And Dad thinks it's like a game now, which is funny.
See, that's like our dad. It's a game. It's a game to him.
So Dad will let old mate ask for whatever old mate's asking for, and he'll go, "Oh, yeah, no, you have to talk to Carly about that." And the face, it's like,
know.
oh.
Yeah. That's like, especially now with all of in New South Wales, all of our permits and registration papers and applying for your license is all done online. And unfortunately, and not a lot of older people know how to use that.
No, it's not a system built for the older generation.
So when blokes, will come in and ask Dad questions on how do I do this, how do I do that, and Dad will look at them and go, "Oh, I've got no idea." Ask the girls. Their face, it's priceless. It's priceless. I love it.
Yeah.
Love
but then there's also the other boys that, on the flip side of it, I've got quite a few of the old boys when we go to the arms fairs, they'll bypass Glenn to come and have a chat to me. And it's it's a very, very unique dynamic that happens, particularly in that generation. In that sort of 60 to 80-year-old generation. Like, they're certainly brought up in a very different time.
Absolutely.
And some of them adapt and overcome, and some of them stick to their guns and can't understand how come these Sheilas are kicking around in their backyard and why on earth are they here?
Yes. How do we know? How do we have the knowledge that we do?
And it's kind of cool to be able to share the knowledge and then have them walk away going, "Oh, actually, that Sheila did actually know what she was talking about."
Yeah. Yes. I'm going to act like she didn't, but she actually did.
Still have attitude just because I didn't get to talk to Mark. But thank you for that.
Yeah, we get it. Honestly, it's at first when I first started working at the shop a lot more than what I did, because I would work here as a kid, and being behind the counter when you're 13, like I said before, I was the youngest person in New South Wales to be on dealer's authority. So which is crazy to me, because I could be 13 selling ammunition, because Dad rang the registry and they said, "Well, we can't seem to, there's no rule against it. We can't seem to find anything why she can't." So I'm here selling, guns and ammunition at the age of 13, but I had to wait till I was 18 to serve a glass of alcohol at a winery, which was crazy. But then, it's just mental that.
But it wasn't your first day, though, right? You knew exactly what you were talking about. You knew what you were handling.
Yep. But when I obviously went off and did other things with my life and then came back. At first, when blokes would be like, "I don't want to talk to you. I only want to talk to Mark," it actually would affect me quite a lot. To the point where I would actually get upset over it, because it would make me feel like I'm no good. I can't help you. Why do I bother? It would generally make me upset. But then, I did obviously grow quite immune to it, and I've put walls up now, and I'm just like, you know what? You're the one with the issue, not me.
Yeah,
you want to wait, go for it.
Yeah,
so now it obviously doesn't really affect me much anymore. I find it hilarious, really.
And half the time now, Dad's
not there
at the shop at the front counter anymore. He's out the back working on machinery, or he's out doing pickups and deliveries. So you have in our shop, there are 4 women who work the front counter at our shop. There is no men working the counter. And that can be very offsetting when someone comes in and they want something gun related or lawnmower or tractor related. And, some of us know more than others in certain subjects. And sometimes we might say, "Hey, I don't have the answer to that. Let me go and ask Dad. He will know."
Yep.
And most people are okay with that. But yeah, you do definitely get quite a few that are very aggravated when they come in and see that it's all women and that Mark's not there. Heavens forbid. What will we do without Mark?
The world is falling apart. That's it.
Do you
But
find
yeah,
that
when
you
Dad,
get... Yeah.
Dad and like Mum and Dad went away to America for what?
Oh, they did 2 trips last year.
Two
It was
trips,
wild
yeah,
and
it was
outrageous.
crazy.
Oh, that's a
they
bit
went there for a
indulgent.
month. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Tell me about it. I had to look after all these animals. Well, yeah, they went the first time. I think they were gone for what?
4 weeks.
4 weeks, a month, yeah.
Something
And
stupid.
yeah, that whole time that they were gone, and people would come in. Oh, where's Muck? Muck's not here.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mark's not even in
well,
the country.
I'll come back tomorrow. I said, well, you can come back tomorrow, but he ain't gonna be here. So either you deal with
Still
us,
not going to be here.
or you wait over a month. Oh, I might just come back when Mark's back. Okay, buddy.
Okay, no worries. Mustn't be urgent.
No dramas. You do you. You want to wait? Good for you. So yeah,
Do you find
we do
that
have
you
quite a
get
lot with.
more? Do you get more women coming? Like, you've got 4 women behind the counter. Do you find that your clientele is more? Do you feel like you've kind of got a more balance? Like, there are more ladies come in because you're going to get
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
Over the last, I want to say the last month, realistically, obviously the sport has grown a lot for women who have been forced by their husbands to get their
Partners,
licenses.
boyfriends.
But over the last 12 months, because we encourage every time we do a gun test for a young bloke, the first thing we say is, do you have a wife at home? Do you have a girlfriend? They come get their license.
They need a license too.
If something happens to you, they're the ones who are going to deal with your guns.
And it makes it easier on us if they have one, so please.
Yeah. But also, women end up becoming better shooters than their husbands, which upsets them. But Alyssa and I actually created a Facebook group last month, which is growing organically, beautifully, just to support all these new women that are coming into the sport. You know, most of them didn't want to do it, but they have to.
Yep.
So we've tried to create like a little safe community space where they can talk about their achievements. If they've got questions, they don't feel that they're comfortable to ask them, you know, maybe to their husbands or maybe to, you know, any of the men, because it is such a male-dominated sport. You know, we like to call it the old man's club. You know, to give them that little safe community.
All right, tell us how do the ladies find your Facebook group?
So it's called Australian Women Who Shoot. I'm sure if you search it up on Facebook, it should come up. But the picture is literally like an AI generated. It's an AI generated picture of, you know, a bunch of women just wearing camo, shooting guns, like looking like they're enjoying themselves. Which time. You know, it may be AI, but somewhere in the world it's real. I'm sure there is a photo like that. And then like there are a few like questions that it asks you when you do join. Which I'm not 100% sure how to.
I think it just says, do you live in Australia?
Yeah, it just says, do you live in Australia? Will you uphold the rules of the group? Do you agree to respectful conversations? Do you agree to the rules from the admin? Simple questions.
Yeah, join it and come have fun. But it is funny, we've had a few men try to join them.
We have had men try to join it.
We decline them.
Yeah.
Because this is I don't want to say it's sexist. This is a safe space for women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there are so many other Facebook groups out there, you know, for shooters for different types of guns. Like I think there's obviously Hunting Australia, which is a massive group chat, Facebook group that some of these posts just make me cackle. Yes. I tend to get in little heated comment fights, get in little keyboard warrior fights, which I love.
Everyone off, hey, New South Wales dealer here.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Yeah, you're incorrect. You're wrong. We love doing that.
Thanks for your input, however.
However, you are wrong. Yeah, settle down. And I love calling out people when they are rude to other people, especially to new shooters. Like I cannot stand it when I hear people make comments about people who don't know or make them feel silly about asking a question when I'm like, mate, these things aren't taught. Like you don't know unless you are told.
Yes.
And when someone's asking a question about, I don't know, shipping a firearm around Australia to another state, or how to apply for a permit, or what category permit do they need for this gun, and someone asks up about it on Facebook and gets all, you know, oh, you're an idiot. It's not hard to do. It's not hard to do. And it's like, mate, settle down. They don't know.
Down. Yeah.
And that like really aggravates me. Yeah,
exactly. We didn't ask for an opinion. We asked for just a smart answer.
Yeah, so that's why I sort of, you know, because not seeing those sort of comments, me personally as a woman, if I wasn't the type of person I am that's like, well, I don't really give a crap about what you say, I'm going to post it anyway. Not a lot of women are like that. So Mel and I thought, you know what, we need to make something for, you know, us girls where we can go in and have these conversations where you aren't going to feel, you know, feel like you're silly or stupid for asking these questions. Like, we just wanted to make something nice for women to have these conversations in a nice, safe space.
Yeah. Share their achievements, ask questions, whatever they feel that they need.
Yeah, well, there's not much in there at the moment, but it's still very young.
But it's growing organically.
It is.
Beautiful. It now, which is really nice to see.
So, like, we would love it for more people to join that group, to post their chat, like Mel just said, post what they've got, put up photos. Like, there's nothing I love more than seeing than women getting shit done, to put it plain and simply.
Join the conversation.
Yeah.
Be part of the change.
Start conversations. Like, you know, what do you just, I don't care. Like,
what do you shoot?
I would love to meet more women that do this sort of stuff. Make more friends in the industry. Like, we obviously, Mel and I know quite a lot of people who shoot, but, you know, we need more. We need more. That's all I'm going to say. We need more.
100% agree.
But yeah.
So this is I'm going to give you space to go, this is something that that's been bubbling in my brain, but I haven't had the space to say it properly. Is there something that you want? I feel like I might have opened a trap door, but I'm a little bit frightened about what's going to come out.
I'm going to let you lead with this.
Because then what you try to be politically correct.
Yeah, well, whatever you go with, then I'll know what I can say, and then
All right. Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared.
There. Don't be scared of this sport. You know, there is a stigma that this sport is the old man's club, and you know what? You're absolutely right. It still is there. But be part of the change. Go to your club. Check out your local club. You know, like Rachel.
Build community.
Love seeing Rachel at the SSAA. Newcastle as a range officer, you know, creating that safe space for women. If you're not sure, put your hand up and ask. You know, come and see us, call us, join us on Facebook. You know, we get that many people, especially ladies, that message us through the Facebook page asking for their husbands because the husband's too scared to ask.
Oh, God, don't get me started on that.
The masculinity there. And, you know, I don't know, just ask and be a part of this space. You know, join our sport and help grow it. We need to change the image for this sport in
big time.
Our media and across the country. And there's a million shooters across the country, but there's 26 million people who have no idea about our sport. And they just see on the news that, well, guns are bad.
Guns are bad. But,
they hurt people.
Like, the thing that these, you know, the people who are not shooters, have never touched a gun in their life, don't understand the community that we have around it, is that guns don't kill people.
People kill people.
It's like a car. You can't kill someone with a car unless someone's driving it. You can't have a car accident unless someone's driving it. Like, someone's failed. Someone's failed driving their car and they've hit your car, so and so. But like, these people don't understand it, which is what's making it so hard for us as a community to stick together and to be able to fight for us, is because people don't understand that it's just a piece of metal and a bit of plastic or a bit of wood.
Without a bullet, it needs someone to aim it. Like, it's good for nothing.
It's good for nothing.
Yeah. We had a customer come into the shop once for, I think it was like a chainsaw or something else. And anyway, she looks up and sees all the firearms.
Oh, she freaked out.
And she freaked out. Oh, no, guns are so dangerous. I said, whoa. At any given time, none of those guns have ever jumped off the shelf and hurt me. Yet I walk out the front of our shop. There is a little crossing to go over to the post office. I've nearly been hit by that many cars.
There's been little kids because we're right near a school.
What's more scary here? You know, a firearm is not. Yes, it can be dangerous in the wrong hands. It can be very dangerous. You know, and people also become very complacent when it comes to firearms. But they're not scary. Learn safety. You know, learn how to be responsible. A gun cannot load itself, aim itself,
pull the trigger.
Itself. You know, it takes a person to do those actions.
And that's sort of like, that's unfortunately it's so hard for us to get this across as well, which is what angers me so much, is that these people already have this image set in their mind that, you know, we're so scary and, you know, we do the wrong things. But really, in reality, we are the safest, kindest humans I've ever met. And mind you, yes, there are a few bad eggs who make sad decisions, and unfortunately we do see it quite frequently. for small things, nothing ever major. It is only ever small things like, they've lost their driver's license too many times, so they don't follow road rules, so they can't have a gun license anymore. Or even small things like their safe wasn't bolted down. Yes, they made that mistake. Their guns were taken from them. We then have to deal with that for them. But, that doesn't change the fact that 99.9% of us, we are beautiful humans.
Yeah, we are doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So it just really aggravates, well, I guess everyone, as myself included, that, we're all being sort of,
why are we being punished?
Why are we being punished for something we didn't do? But
so if there was one piece of advice to someone who's listening to this because of all of the stuff that's happening in the news or whatever, and they've just stumbled across the podcast and they're trying to educate themselves on our lifestyle, what's one piece of advice that you would give them listening right now?
Give us a ring.
Give me an hour of your time.
Oh, please.
Me. We will have a great chat. Go to your local range. Check out your local range. Go and do a trial day. Before you judge the entire sport, go and have a crack at it.
Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover, like your mother always says. Don't be too quick to judge.
So what do you reckon there? So we're going to make a really bold assumption, and we're going to pile every range in a bundle the way that we shouldn't be doing this. But someone goes to a range for a try shoot day. Mm-hmm. What are they to expect? Like, lay it out to someone that's never been to a range before. And I know that there is a vast difference in ranges and all that sort of stuff, but let's just do a broad sweep of what they'll expect.
They are going to obviously do a bit of paperwork. At the moment, we do what's called the P650 form in New South Wales. There is going to be changes to that under the new legislation. But you'll do all your paperwork. You'll show that, you're an honest person and that you don't make poor choices. And then you're going to have a bit of a safety lecture. You're not going to just get given a firearm. You're going to get spoken to by a range officer or whoever it might be at that range who is going to teach you what to do. And then they're going to take you to a range and they're going to hold your hand. They're not going to just give you a firearm and let you go on your way. They're going to teach you all the different safety aspects of it, and they're not going to let you shoot until they believe that you are comfortable and competent. And from there, they're just going to hang back and they're going to watch you and observe you whilst you have the time of your life.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so you're supervised, you're mentored, you're taken care of during that moment of, learning the mechanics of this new tool that you're handling.
Yeah, you're not just thrown straight into the deep end, expected to know what you're doing.
Like on that note, I went and visited our Uncle and Auntie's rifle club up in Coffs Harbour 18 months ago now, and I am not a member of their club. So they treated me like a new shooter, and I had to have a mentor with me the entire time on the range. It was my auntie, so, obviously very close. She loaded right down to loading the magazine for me, and just hovering over me and mentoring me. When I had a misfire, she called the range officer out so I could have another shoot again. And it was really nice to see someone who does not know that range. It was so welcoming to me because it's very different to our local range. It was just so lovely to see how welcoming that group of people who I had no idea who they were. They were 95% men. There was only a few women there. As soon as we rocked up, I had my children with me, my husband.
Even though your family as well, you'd think that in normal world would be instant relaxation. Oh, you're related, whatever. No, that's not how it works.
Exactly. Like I had one member come up to me and he said, "Hey, whilst you're shooting, I'm going to take your kids and we're going to go pick up all the brass." So my kids went on a brass hunt, and I knew that they were safe whilst my husband and I were not. It was so welcoming.
Yep.
And
and
I've been shooting forever, but I still had a mentor.
Yep.
So it was really
just
nice.
To make sure.
Funny. Yeah, exactly. Because you can never be too safe. Every club has different rules, and it was just a really great way for that club to be able to ensure that their rules were being followed.
And I think this is a really important story to share, and thank you for sharing it, because we talk about safety a lot in the firearms industry, and I see it every time I step on a range. We see it when we're out in the state forest hunting. You know, you get rules and regulations that you have to abide by, and all of that sort of stuff. And I've never spoken to anybody that's kind of gone, oh yeah, I just went to the range and yeah, well, I just kicked back and no one actually cared. It was all just a bit Like, I've never ever heard a story about like that. The stories are always, an RO greeted me. I learned how to interact with the range. I learned what the rules of the range were, and someone guided me. And I think that's probably the one thing that we do as a community really well, because majority of the ROs are volunteers, right?
Absolutely. None of them are paid. Well, I don't know what it's like at some of those big ranges, the big indoor ones in Sydney that are run as a business, but up here it's all volunteer.
Yep, same here in Queensland. All the ones I've been to, it's all volunteer. So they're not there for shits and giggles. They're there because they want to teach.
They want to be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They love this and they want to give back to their community.
Yep. So, it's been amazing having you ladies on. Is there anything that you want to say in closing before we wrap?
Oh gosh, just don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared.
Come and join us. Come and see us. You know, join our little community. We are a great bunch of people. It is really such a taboo subject, and we want to make this way
more comfortable as well to talk about. Not so oh my gosh, you like guns? Like we don't want that, you know, real frighten in people's faces when we talk about it.
It's who we are. We're firearms dealers, we're shooters. Come and talk with us and be comfortable.
And join our Facebook page.
Yes, join the Facebook group.
There's your call to action. Go interact with the dealers in your local area. Reach out to HVTM Outdoors. I've never had anything I've only ever had positive interactions with you guys. So thanks for shining the light of what good looks like for our community. And thank Mum and Dad for raising some cracker kids. You've done a really good job.
Shall pass that on.
And thanks everyone for listening, and thank you for being part of this community. Women Who Hunt exists because of real stories, real experiences, and women backing women. A huge thanks to our guests, Mel and Alyssa. I nearly said Melissa.
It's fine, honestly.
Thank you for sharing your stories with us. If you've enjoyed this episode, please follow the podcast and share with someone who you think would appreciate it. And until next time, take care and keep doing the things that light you up. Thanks everyone for listening.